Welcome to my channel. My name is Riddhi Chatterjee, and I am pursuing my BA Psychology from Amateur University, Kolkata. And I just gave my Christ University entrance test just this Sunday, and I'm making a video so that maybe some of you might find some tricks beneficial. So I just recently have posted my experience about Christ and some tricks and hacks with the same. But I feel that we should make a separate video for clinical psychology where I can discuss the type of questions that came in and what were it easy, were it difficult, and how my overall experience for the clinical psychology course was. Let's get started without any further ado. So first, and a very good news is Christ sticks exactly to the syllabus that was given. So if you're given just general biopsych, personality or social, abnormal research and cognitive psychology, they won't go outside it. They won't give you questions from developmental. They won't give you questions from other fields like positive psychology, community psychology. Nothing. You just need to cover the syllabus which is given. Okay, now getting into how my experience was. Originally the format which is given, exactly the order which is given, the name of the subjects, this is the exact order in which the test will be given. So you'll be given in 6 sections for psychology, 15 minutes each, and for each section you have 20 questions. Now the problem with this Christ entrance test which most of us faced is, once you cross this 15 minutes timer for a particular section, you cannot go back to the previous section. So say suppose you finish your biopsych section, then you cannot go back to your biopsych section again. You have to go on to the next personality section. So as you know, the positive marking +1 for the correct answers and minus 0.25 for incorrect answers. So what I feel is, if you're not sure about a particular answer at all, just don't answer it. If you are dicey and you will willingly take a guess, like for us general psychology was very easy, so taking a guesswork there would have been good, whereas social psychology was dicey for me. As CUT aspirant, I did not much prepare for social psych as well. So those sections, I would say, which you feel a little tough, you can leave questions which you don't know. But easier sections, be aware that you cannot navigate through sections, so be aware about that. Now let me give you a little details on what kind of questions were asked. So first I'll talk about general psych. So general psych, it was super easy. Okay, you don't need to worry about it. So we were asked questions about definition of psychology, who gave the interpretation of dreams, and then who was the father of a particular school of psychology. And then we were also asked who defined psychology as the science of behavior. So those kinds of questions were really easy. So if you cover your basic psychology from your undergrads, you'll be able to navigate it very easily. That was for our batch. So we were given on definitions of psychology, fathers of psychology, schools of psychology. Nothing much in detail were given, like the dates for books, authors, nothing as such, or history of psychology, nothing was given. So, and Indian psychology was also not included. So that's that. Next we move on to biopsych. So biopsych, as far as my recollection goes, we had questions from neurons, neurotransmitters, the gapping between the neurotransmitters, what is the protective layer of a neuron, okay, what is the function of myelin sheath, and what kind of impulses travels from a neuron and between a neuron. So chemical and electrical, the answers were there. So you had options: chemical, electrical, chemical, which was confusing at the first go. So that is another suggestion: read the questions wisely. So it was again very biopsych based. It was pretty simple, I would say. The first two sections were not that difficult, but I felt that we focus more on the functions of brains, endocrine systems, psychopharma. Nothing as such were given there. So it was mostly based on neurons. And I don't know about the upcoming batch. Maybe you should prepare for brains, because we were not given any questions except I think one, where we were given that if which part of the brain of rats would have been affected and they would be sexually too active. So that question was given. But other than that, we were not really given questions on brain. Oh, one more thing, we were given a question that which half of hemispheres were divided, and also another question was asked that who gave the concept of split brain. So that was there. So those kinds of specific questions can be asked, and you might not be able to answer one or two, which is fine. Next, we move on to personality or social. Now, I would like to say from my experience, they have like made it 75% social psychology and only 25% personality. And also from personality, we were just given two questions on, at least from my paper, I was given two questions on ocean theory. And other than that, Indian personality theories they did not go on to. They gave one question on I think Eisenkettel, that one. I don't exactly remember what's the question, but I remember they were in the options. Other than that, yes, social psychology was something which I struggled in. So they gave the two-factor theories. They gave questions on social facilitation, group think. So just brush up at least from your power within the social psychology part. We had the Zimbardo experiment question also. So brush up that. We had question on conditioned stimulus and unconditional stimulus. Actually, I saw this repeated question of I don't remember which section was it, in general or social. So we had questions on unconditioned and conditioned stimulus and response, those kinds of questions. This was again, some questions were like practical based questions where you were asked, like given a situation that if person X is in this kind of situation and decides to do this, what kind of social psychology phenomena is being studied, or something of that sort. So practical based questions are also there where you need to really think about it. Abnormal psychology. Abnormal psychology is the next portion, where I remember there were two questions given on Alzheimer's, and one was given on Alzheimer's, that is what is the detrimental effect of Alzheimer's that is most feared. And then we were also given a question on anterograde and retrograde interference, and anterograde retrograde forgetting, amnesia. So we were given those questions. I think it was in the abnormal section itself. So we had a question on what is on the like abnormality, how would we define, like say that a person is abnormal. So we had options like deviance, maladaptiveness, so those kind of questions. So remember to study the 4Ds of psychiatry. Other than that, abnormal questions again were pretty basic sort of questions, not very difficult, but yeah, they were okay, they were not hard to do. And they did not give questions much from actually anxiety or types of phobia. They have not asked to name, or I did not find any OCD related question as well. So I think you should focus also other than the normal abnormal which we do, because anxiety, depression, those are some things we know. You should also focus on the forgetting part of the abnormal psychology. We were given one question on schizophrenia, about one form of schizophrenia, which I don't exactly remember the question, but yeah, it was there. So just focus. Basic abnormal knowledge will do, I feel. So that was there. Research basic techniques. Now research was something that I am very skeptic about, since my concepts are not very clear. But again, I would like to say pretty basic. So they gave questions on what is the definition of a research design. They have given questions. They haven't given questions on a particular type of batteries or waste, or like Rorschach, I mean scoring as such, and TAT. They have not given those kind of questions, so be rest assured those are not coming, hopefully. um on the contrary, statistics is something that is included in the research. So we were asked questions on what is a parametric, and like we were given the names of some non-parametric and a parametric test. So we were asked to identify which is the parametric and non-parametric one. So you can be asked questions on that. So not really theoretical again, and it was not very difficult, but there were questions from statistics as well. So when you're giving the questions research basic techniques, it includes you know statistics. Also they gave questions on hypothesis, so just make sure that you study hypothesis, you study the types of error, because one application based question on I think false positive was also given on you know the research methodologies. Other than that, please do study hypothesis, and what is a hypothesis, what is a research design, what are the steps in research design, and those kinds of details. So those are important, as I think, after giving the exams. Last and not least, cognitive, very easy. It was very easy for me. Questions for forgetting. Actually, there was question on divergent thinking, convergent thinking. So make sure those concepts are clear, because those are some things that we don't dive in details with. We did not get questions from intelligence theory, which was kind of a relief for me, and not much theoretical based, but cognitive psychology was also quite good. So an overall review on my experience, I would say my paper went okay. So I did it, and I felt that the most messed up part was social psychology, which I confirmed with some of my fellow classmates. So they were also saying social was a little, more difficult than there. So, and remember, when they're giving it slash personality slash social, that means in that section you'll have both of them, not either. So you will not have options. And when you're giving your Christ entrance test, somehow I feel that it's okay if you messed it up, because especially for other fields where you have like general aptitude and GK, people are bound to mess it up, because they give bizarre questions. Like, we had a random question in abnormal psychology that about a person was not found guilty due to insanity, so where will they be sent? A prison, a psychological community based care, to a psychiatrist. So we had those kind of options. So that is one bizarre question, but not an unanswerable one. However, GK and general aptitude, they had bizarre questions on books. So if you're pursuing clinical psychology and planning on doing that, so you'll have questions like that. One trick for clinical psychology, counseling psychology students, guys, please don't forget that there is a small calculator on the top of your screen on the right hand side. So do check it out. Also, in statistics psychology students, if you're getting small questions on mean, median, mode, you can just calculate it on the calculator if you don't want to do it manually, just in case. So yeah, those are some things which I wanted to say. Hope this helped, and please, if you want to, you can watch my previous Christ University entrance test experience in my previous video that I have posted. And I'm not a professional YouTuber, but I think that in the upcoming rounds, maybe some students might need this referencing for what happened in Christ, how was it, And now let me just give you a little idea on how my test was, how my center was. So I'm from Kolkata, and we had a center in TCS Gito Bitan. So, and a Christ test happened in sessions, like there were 3 sessions of all batches. Okay, so bachelors are there, masters are there, and not just for psychology. It's like a all subject wala thing which is going on together. So don't worry if you see too many students flocking around. It's for the entire university. Okay, so we were all made to stand in lines, and we entered a little late, but be rest assured, if you enter late, the exam will start late and you will get your extra time. So some of us started earlier, some of us started a little later, so they got that extra time to finish it up. Time pressure, try to maintain a time of like giving 45 seconds to each questions. If it is taking more than that, skip to the next question and attempt what you know first, and then go to what you don't know to attempt. Okay, because if you're going to attempt something that you're not sure about, there is a problem of thinking too much, and that time you can get it wrong. So don't spend too much time on things which you might not know, because 20 questions in 15 minutes, so you should spare 45 seconds for each questions. Although Christ questions are not much that you need to think logically, only a few questions here and there would be such. So hope you do well in the upcoming entrance tests. And yeah, if you have any questions, please drop it down in the comment section below. I'll try to answer them, and thanks for watching.